Welcome back to Under the Coil. Today I'd like to share some of the buckles that I've recovered here on St. Augustine's beaches, St. Augustine in Northeast Florida. I've been hunting the beaches here for about 35 years and recovered thousands of Spanish colonial artifacts, Revolutionary War period, and Second Spanish period 1800s buckles and artifacts. So today I'd like to just share some of the belt buckles that I've recovered, shoe buckles, and things like that. All right. As far as shoe buckles go, several of these are shoe buckles, and you can pretty much tell the shoe buckles by the curvature of the buckle. The shoe buckles would have had a curve to go over the top of the foot or the top of the shoe. Older shoe buckles, basically rule of thumb is the larger the shoe buckle, the older it likely is. So this buckle would have likely been an early 1600s period, because their shoe buckles were monstrous back in those periods. And you can see this shoe buckle is quite large. So this would have been an earlier 1600s shoe buckle right here. Again, this is a fragment to a very fancy shoe buckle, probably about the same size. It would have been another really large shoe buckle. Let's just set that one aside. It's just a fragment. Again, this is another shoe buckle. Different design, kind of like a weave design. An open design shoe buckle. Pretty nice. These are basically your standard shoe buckles. Would have been your standard issue shoe buckles. More fancier ones, of course, would have been, more high up people or people of stature. So those are a few of the shoe buckles here. Here's a really fancy shoe buckle right here. Pretty nice looking one. Has a nice design to it. Let's see if I can get that in there. Oh, if I can even hold it for you. We'll get it in there for you. Kind of a really nice design on that shoe buckle. And came out really nice. Let's see. There's a standard issue buckle. Standard issue shoe buckle. This right here, I believe this to be, we'll move this one out of the way. This is another smaller shoe buckle, been later period, probably 1700s, early 1700s. This right here, I believe to be a French, not Spanish or Rev War. I believe this one is possibly a French shoe buckle, based on the fleur-de-lis. You can see the fleur-de-lis designs on the top and sides. The buckle was found broken in two pieces. Wasn't broken by me. It was found that way in two pieces. But you can see the fleur-de-lis on the top sides of the buckle and the sides of the buckle, which makes me believe that it's a French shoe buckle, very fancy shoe buckle, possibly a French officer, but it definitely appears to be French with the fleur-de-lis. So I believe that's a French shoe buckle. This here, found this one not too long back actually. Complete shoe buckle. This would be Rev War period likely, 1700s up into the Rev War period, maybe early 1700s to mid 1700s. Shoe buckle here. Got some more other fancy belt buckles and just sash buckles possibly. A really fancy design on that one there. You can tell that's more of a flatter design, so likely wouldn't have been used on a shoe. Here's another one. This was found in two pieces as well, and likely a sash buckle or something like that, as it's not curved like the shoe buckles tend to be. It's more of a flat design buckle, so likely a sash buckle. Really pretty one there. Another one, kind of a really pretty design as well. Little divots around the edges. Here's a really pretty one. Again, likely not a shoe buckle. Doesn't have the follow the curvature of the foot like most of the shoe buckles tend to. So this was likely a sash or belt buckle. Really fancy. That one's made of, looks to be made of copper. You see that one in there. Another one that was found almost complete, a small sash buckle, strap buckle. Pretty nice one. We found several of the smaller buckles, the really tiny, probably knee buckles. These would likely be to the knees, knee area, knee buckles. And I found several of those, several of the knee buckles. That one's complete right there, really nice complete one, silver gilt knee buckle there, and several of the other knee buckles, and pretty ones. See if I can get them in the light really nice for you. Several of my knee buckles there. These are older or later spectacle buckles. This one would likely date to the early 1600s spectacle buckle right there. So that's a much older one. Whereas these two right here were found with the Cuba soldiers, the gun parts that I had mentioned in another video, and Cuba soldiers bracelet and buttons, which I'll do in other videos. But these two buckles right here were found with the Cuba soldiers buckles, several buttons, buckles, several fancy musket parts, and the Cuba soldier's personal bracelet were all found in the same location. So these likely are from spectacle buckles from a Cuba soldier, possibly strap buckles of some type. Another style of spectacle buckle. These date back to the 1600s as well. A couple of smaller buckles. Here's another little tiny knee buckle. Not a fancy buckle there. You can see kind of like flower design on it or something. This is possibly a shoe buckle. It's got the slight curvature to it. If so, very fancy shoe buckle there. Really nice open design, like a weave design, crisscross weave design. Real pretty one. And then my favorite buckle right here is a solid silver knee buckle. And this one is actually featured in, I believe it was the 2016 Western and Eastern Treasure Magazine, Storm Hunting Northeast Florida, a 5-page article that I had done on several of the Spanish colonial artifacts I had recovered. But this was recovered off the beach here, St. Augustine, Florida, and that's a solid silver knee buckle. And the anchor chafe right here, as you can see, still functional and moving, with all of it except for the two little teeth, the two little posts. So it's still almost a functional solid silver. This one dates to 1660 period, 1660s knee buckle. Most of these buckles here are 1600s and early 1700s, except for a few of the ones that I know was found with the French, later period French officer with his buttons and musket pieces. So just want to share some of the buckles that I've found. I've got several more buckles in here, bunch of other buckles, not as quite as fancy. Some more shoe buckles. Again, you can see the really strong curve of the shoe buckles. The shoe buckles tend to have that really pronounced curve to them. As you see there, some more shoe buckles. And then over here we have just several other smaller style buckles, probably later period, 1800s. Several buckles there. Many of the smaller little buckles as well. Found many small buckles, as you can see here. Lots of the smaller buckles. So I probably got a couple hundred buckles in all that I've recovered off the beaches here. Another shoe buckle here. Sometimes you'll just find fragments and pieces. Sometimes you'll get lucky and find the whole buckles. A lot of times you'll find just a couple fragments in the same area, but never recover the whole buckle. Like this one here, I recovered 3 pieces of this one. This would have been a really nice fancy buckle if I would have found it complete, but we didn't get the the whole one, the whole buckle. We got three out of four pieces of that one there. And that would have been a really nice looking one too, with the flower design going around it, a floral design. But anyway, just wanted to share some of the buckles that I've recovered out here in St. Augustine, Florida. Again, I've been hunting St. Augustine's beaches for about 35 years now, and recovered many, many buckles. So just wanted to share some of the fancy ones that I've recovered here and give you a peek at some of the history we dig up on our beaches. All right, take care, guys.